When the lights die, the power went out at exactly 9:17 p.m. At first, Manila didn't panic. The city was used to interruptions, brownouts, flickering lights, brief silences swallowed by generators and curses. Neon signs blinked once, twice, then died. Traffic lights froze on red. The skyline dimmed like a held breath. Amara Cruz felt it before she saw it, a pressure in her ears, a tightening behind her eyes, the sensation Lola used to describe as the night leaning closer. She stood on the sidewalk near Taft Avenue, the glow of her phone lighting her palm. The signal dropped. No bars. Around her, people muttered, laughed nervously, lifted their screens like offerings to dead gods. Then, the sounds changed. Not screams yet. Something worse, confusion turning sour. A jeepney stalled in the intersection, its engine coughing. Somewhere above, glass shattered. Amara smelled it then. Not smoke, not sweat. Rot. Sweet. Hidden beneath perfume and rain-warmed concrete. Her hand drifted to the strap of her bag without thinking. "You'll know," Lola had said. "Your body will know before your mind does." A man stumbled out of the crowd ahead of her. Office clothes, tie loosened. His face was pale, eyes unfocused, mouth working like he was chewing on something invisible. "Help," he said. Amara stopped. He took another step, then another, feet landing wrong. Too light, barely touching the ground. When he looked at her again, his pupils had spread until his eyes were almost black. Behind him, the shadows moved, not cast by anything, moving on their own. Someone screamed. The man's jaw cracked open with a wet sound, splitting wider than bone should allow. His tongue slid out, long and dark, tasting the air. "Aswang," he whispered, not as a warning, but a greeting. The street exploded into chaos. People ran, fell, tripped over one another as shapes dropped from rooftops, landing with bone-shaking impacts. Wings unfolded where arms should have been. Laughter echoed, high and delighted. Amara ran the other way. She ducked into a closed sari-sari store, yanking the metal grate down just as something slammed into it from outside. The steel bent inward. Fingers, too long, joints bending backward, slipped through the gaps. She dropped her bag, hands shaking now, and pulled out what she'd sworn she'd never need. The knife. Lola's knife. The weight of it steadied her. She whispered the old words under her breath, the ones that tasted like iron and prayer. Outside, the fingers withdrew. The thing sniffed the air. "Oh," it crooned. "Old blood." Amara's heart hammered. She backed toward the rear door, every sense screaming. The door burst inward before she could reach it. A woman stood there. Young, pretty, hair perfectly styled despite the chaos. She smiled with too many teeth. "Come out," the woman said gently. "We only want to eat a little." Amara lunged. She didn't scream. She didn't hesitate. The blade went up, then down, into the woman's throat. Salt hissed, flesh burned. The scream that followed was inhuman, tearing itself apart as the body collapsed into ash and fragments of bone. Silence. Amara stood there, chest heaving, blood on her hands that wasn't hers. Outside, the city was dying. Sirens wailed, then cut short. Fires bloomed in the distance. Above the rooftops, silhouettes circled, watching, waiting. Amara wiped the blade clean on her sleeve. Lola had been right. The Aswang had not disappeared. They had simply waited for the lights to die. And this was only the beginning.